right, hello everybody here, hello everybody in the house. So as I promised, we're going to go step by step of all the kavanot of Passover. Hope you enjoy. Whoever is here with me, please ask question. Whoever is live on Vital, I don't know if there is a way to ask question. Is there a way to ask question? No? So you just send the question to Vital Transformation on the website, on the Facebook maybe. And like this, you can join me. So I'm going to go step by step, do the best I can, more than the best I can. And then we're going to stop after about 1 hour. And then we're going to take it to the next level, okay? So let's start. First, the idea of Pesach, we need to understand that there is many things going on in Pesach. I mean, the main thing that is what the Ari is telling us in the beginning of the Ari is Rabbi Isaac Luria. Again, and those of you joining us right now, it is a deep study. So sometimes I will say words that you may not understand what it is, and I'm sorry. So that's when you need to study more, which is the good news. All right? So some of what I teach is vocabulary. Some of what I teach is content. And you got to find out what you're missing more. Okay, so if there is words you're missing and I didn't explain, that's good news. That's when you need to study more. So the idea is like that. What exactly happened? I will give introduction of 5 minutes from the Ari. The Ari said that in the generation before Egypt, whatever happened in the Tower of Babylon, and whatever happened with the time of Noah, people behave in a selfish way, and because they act in a selfish way, they had to be reincarnated into Egypt. Most of what they did wrong was sexual. Men did whatever they did sexual, and that's why only man was killed by Pharaoh. And Pharaoh killed only the men because only the men commit that crime of sexuality. Because it might make more sense to kill the women because the women give birth. Why did he kill the boys? The boys doesn't have any value. You know, you should kill the woman, the other one will get pregnant, the other one, because one man can get 10 women pregnant. You understand? But that's a mistake, like logically. But now you understand why. Because the crime, the sin was done by men, they had to be killed men. So I'm just giving you the introduction, why Egypt. Now, what exactly happened spiritually? And again, I'm going to jump from the physical story to the spiritual story. The idea is, and the reason we need to understand that introduction, because as we come to the Seder and we set up the plate and we set up everything, we might fall into the meal. We might fall into the gathering of the people. We might fall into memory. We might fall into, wow, this is so nice. We might fall into the soup is good. We got to be careful because everything is a way to basically create a better year if you know how to get yourself out of Egypt. Now, what is Egypt? Egypt it's called Mitzrayim. Mitzrayim comes from the word Nero, Tsar. Tsar means Nero. Now, if you look at the body, the narrow part of the body is the neck, right? This is where is the neck. The back of the neck in Hebrew is called Oref. Oref is the same letter as Paro, Pharaoh. So now we have Egypt, the narrow. Mitzrayim means Tsar, Tsar means narrow. And it's the neck. And the back of the neck is Pharaoh. So we are dealing with getting out not of the neck. I mean, it's not about the physical neck. It's getting out of whatever choking you, whatever is killing you, whatever is not allowing you to get your freedom. And who is in charge of it? Pharaoh. Pharaoh is in charge of it. So our job is to step by step overcome that Pharaoh, overcome that Egypt. Can I get a glass of water or even 3 glasses of water? Thank you. So we are, hello. We are basically getting out of Egypt step by step. Now, what does that mean, freedom? We need to understand freedom then. Freedom is a very important lesson. Freedom, most people think of freedom, I can do whatever I want. I do whatever I want. And I had the privilege to be many years in Passover with the Rav. And I remember, the Rav always personally told me, most people looking for the wrong freedom. Everybody want to go to Thailand. That's freedom. Oh, thank you so much. How did you know I was thinking about it? So a lot of people think about freedom as something that I got to do what I want to do. And once I accomplish that, I got to do whatever I want to do, that's freedom. The explanation from the Ari that's what freedom is. Freedom means the capability of saying no to whatever I wanted to do. that's a freedom. And to get to that level, that's a very hard, it's not easy to get there. But to get there, that's our accomplishment in Passover. Now, please remember, because Egypt, and again, I'm going to jump from the story to the spiritual explanation, back and forth, all the time. Because in Egypt, Pharaoh make the Israelite into a slave. It doesn't mean that he make them into a slave on a physical level, the way we think slaves are. Because if you read the commentary, they were quite rich. So they weren't slaves. So the slavery that they were talking about is ability, it's not ability, it's a necessity to be slave to something I want, like addiction. So that's one type of slavery. Now, why Pharaoh won? Where was God at that time? How can that be that Pharaoh winning? It's not right. This is just not right. Where was God in this situation? Very good question. I'm happy you asked that. So the idea, that it happened is because we're talking about the way we get our energy. We can only get our energy from a pipe. There is a pipe. Try to imagine a pipe give you energy. That pipe has a name. It's called Ze'er Anpin. Now, Ze'er Anpin has the clothing of Ze'er Anpin, which means the cup, and the fulfilling. Now try to imagine that I say I'm thirsty and you give me a cup. How would I feel? Well, that's potential, right? But I don't get the water. Pharaoh was feeding the Israelite through the cup of Ze'er Anpin, not through the water of Ze'er Anpin. What happened to the Ze'er Anpin? What happened? Well, Ze'er Anpin saw that nobody want to do restriction, nobody want to be spiritual, nobody want to change, nobody want to transform. Everybody say me, and myself. Ze'er Anpin said, I don't have an affinity with that. I gotta go. Where do you go? Why do you go? Why do you even leave? Simply, you have to leave simply because if you don't leave soon enough, the dark side, what we call the klipot, would you remember that name? The klipot will eat Ze'er Anpin alive. Ze'er Anpin has no chance to fight the klipot. So what Ze'er Anpin is doing, he's going back to his mom. His mom's name is Bina. So what he does, try to imagine a baby. It's kind of weird. I know it's going to sound very weird what I'm going to say. That the baby is going back to his mother's womb. After he's born, after he's 20 years old, he said, you know what, it's quite dangerous here. He's going back. It's a concept, a crazy concept. Okay? So this is called 3 and 3 without going to details. You go into Basav Ubari. You can call it, I'm trying to remember the words in English for that. It's going to a situation of ubariyut. I would say ubariyut. Like embryo? Yeah, he become embryo again. It's very good, embryo. Yes, he become embryo again. And when he's embryo, there is good things and bad things that happen. Good news, the dark side can never attack him. Bad news, what about us? We need the energy from Ze'er Anpin, we don't get it. So the entire Seder going through stages to make sure our Ze'er Anpin come back. So basically, in Pesach, in the Seder, Seder by the way mean order, we're giving birth to a real Ze'er Anpin, and we're giving birth to it because the entire year we do wrong thing. If somebody think that they're doing everything perfect during the year, they're not supposed to go to Seder. Seder is only for people who realize they messed so bad that they need to give birth to a new one. If you're going to the Seder because you think you're already okay and everything is perfect, don't go. There's no point to it because your Ze'er Anpin is perfect. Okay, I'm going to Passover. I need a new Ze'er Anpin immediately. I need a fresh one. I need to give birth to a new one because I need life, I need energy, I need happiness, I need safety, I need overcoming of fear, I need love. So if I want to get it and feel it, I got to give back the Ze'er Anpin how it was. So now, let's understand it. The night called the night of the Seder. The funny part, when you're getting deep into it, and I had the privilege to study with my 2 children, God bless them, Yehuda and Michael, and this is the first year, the first time in my life I studied with them, the all kavanot, all meditation, everything, which normally I didn't have to do that, but It was a necessity because they're going to explain a lot of the parts of the Seder. And we studied together, and it was wonderful. You know, it took us 1 week, and we put everything together. And the beauty of studying, what they realize, because they go to yeshiva, they go to Orthodox Jewish school, they realize how many people who are doing Seder have no clue what's the purpose of it. So what did we study? The first thing I want you to get. The night of the Seder called the night of the order. Nothing is in order at that night. Nothing is in order. Nothing. Everything, I don't want to say chaos, but it's such a not order. Meaning, now we're giving birth to Zeir Anpin. How big is the baby that you're giving birth to? What is it, 5 pounds? What is it normally in the hospital? Huh?
10 pounds.
10 pounds. Oh, that's a Russian baby. That's a Russian baby, okay. Russian baby is 11 pounds, okay. Hey, Mom, I'm ready. Okay, I'm talking about a normal baby, I think it's 5 pounds to 7. Okay, we got a Persian baby, don't eat a lot, so it's 7 pounds. So anyway, now try to imagine the baby is born 200 pounds. Scary, right? Poor mom, right? So the idea is that the baby in the first stage, you want to close the door maybe? So, I mean, don't totally close it, but some people might want to come. Thank you. Yeah, that's better. So the baby has to be born as a man. Why? Because if he will be born as a baby, the klipot will eat him alive. Make sense? So we go into the war on the klipot. Does it make sense, Leah? Makes sense. We go into the war with the dark side. Now, you're not going to win the war if you're going with babies. Now try to imagine that you have, what is the strongest person in the world? What's the name? Hercules, that's his name? Or Tarzan, or I don't know. Hercules. Hercules now is baby. When he was 5 days old, he can fight. But potentially, when he will become 20, he can fight. So what do we do in the Agadah? What do we do in the Seder? We start with Hercules when he's 20. Then we're going back to him being baby again. So the entire Agadah, and I'm going to go stage by stage with you, and I hope you're going to write it down. The entire stages of every part of the stages I will tell you, now is a baby, now is old, now is that. So you would know what you're dealing with. So we start with called Kadesh. Kadesh is when you hold the Kiddush. We start, if you have the Agadah, good. If you don't, write it, look at it later. It's very beautiful. We start, and I'm going to go to the Kara. I just want to show you an example, and then we're going to go back to the beginning. Kadesh, it's a Gadlut Bet De'ima. The baby is strong, powerful, and he born right away to go to war, because if you send the baby, they will never have a chance. Okay, so I'm just giving you the idea as a you found it? It's a Gadlut Bet. Okay, and I'm going to go to Gadluyot, Katluyot, I'm going to go Matzah, I'm going to go to the wine, step by step on everything. But I want to give you just a general idea of what we're dealing with, so you get excited like me. I'm super excited when Passover is coming, because there is no such a thing like that. It will never be, and there is no such a thing like that. Whatever you get in the Seder, there is no such a gift. And when you have the understanding, you get it. You don't have the understanding, you got a good meal. Hopefully it's a good meal. But that's it. Nothing more than a good meal. You got matzah, you got wine, you got some chicken, or I don't know what we're serving. Mazel tov, you go home, nothing happened. But when you get that type of understanding, and when the sun go down, once the sun go down, sunset on Monday night, you already start getting energy. So how can you not dance? How can you not be happy? Free. You don't have to do anything. It's come by itself. Energy start to come down. Nothing you gotta do. Everything is there. Okay? So this is the basic introduction. Now I'm gonna go and explain matzah. I'm gonna explain the wine. I'm gonna explain katnut gadlut, 4 level, and then we're gonna take it to the next level. Okay? Any question before I go? I just give you the introduction. Any questions, something challenge you, don't be shy to ask. That's why I did it for. Yes, please.
I wasn't clear on the overall, you said the general trajectory. You talked about being a little baby, to growing to an old man, and all the stages in between. Is that, I didn't get the core meaning that you were saying.
Not sure I clear on your question. Please ask it again. What do you mean core?
I'm curious, you gave like a focused summary of the general
idea, yeah.
I wasn't quite clear on what that idea is.
The idea that the baby is born when he's 20 years old, instead of being born when he's 1 day old. The reason he's born this way, which called Zeir Anpin, that he can fight the dark side. Because if he will be born as a baby, he will never make it against the klipot. Now, because we are in Egypt, because we're fighting Pharaoh, which is we're fighting it in the night of the Seder, we're fighting our negativity, the Creator, the Divine, God, whatever you want to call it, give us a gift. And he let the Zeir Anpin be born right away with a full capacity, and then he starts to the stages that he is small again. So that's a gift. That's like an amazing gift. We should dance just for that. Unbelievable. That's what excites me. Yeah. Let's go to details. More question. All right. So let's understand now. Now, every time we mention wine, once we talk wine, every time you're going to drink wine during the Seder, whatever you're going to be here with me, whatever you're going to be, any place you're going to be, it's the same. It doesn't matter where you're going to be. It's the same if you have the understanding. If you have the understanding, you're memorizing it. Okay? My dream that one day, each and one of you can explain it to others. You will have your own Seder, 200 people. Every person should do that. That's a dream. Again, otherwise we're not going to grow. We're not going to save the world. So whatever you go, it's good. Wine. Wine means that the light comes from Ima. Would you remember that? Light from Ima. Ima means mother. Ima means Bina. Okay? Matzah means the light comes from Abba. Abba means Chokhmah. Please remember that. Wine from Ima, Bina, Matzah, Chokhmah. You know what matzah? Everybody know what matzah is, right? The flat bread. Yeah? Good. So, when we talk about wine, let's say you do Kiddush, now you know light coming from Ima. You do a matzah, you know light come from Abba. Okay? You always have to remember that. The entire Seder, you must remember that, because if you will not remember that, then you wouldn't know why we're using wine and matzah. So this is a major understanding, because once you don't understand it, you wouldn't understand why in the Agadah or in the Ari, or I'm using this here, I'm using a new one, and thank God, I don't know, he's watching me. Michael bought me a new Agadah with 1,000 explanations. I'm in heaven from that. The wrong thing, he gave it arrived on Friday. I couldn't concentrate this Shabbat. I just reading it all day long. Unbelievable. So on one word, this is one word. This is how much explanation there is. It's just, I'm getting high from that. This is 20 pages on one word. This is happiness for me, happiness. So I have this, I have that, I have that. So I'm very happy about it. So when you read it, and you read it, so right away, it's telling you the importance of doing the wine. And to many women, sometimes think that they don't have to do it. By the way, women have to do it, men have to do it. And I use the word have to or must, whatever make you do it, because that's how you're getting the energy. So don't cheat on that. That's the one night you don't want to cheat. Now, if you're not allowed to drink alcohol, then drink grape juice. That's okay too. Okay? So whatever help you. So again, what's come from the wine? What come from the matzah? Very good. Now, let's go now to the details of what we call katnut and gadlut. Let's go to katnut and gadlut. How we're doing with the battery? We're looking good. All right. There is something that called, maybe I'll move to the other side so you all can see that. There is something that called katnut. Okay? Katnut means smallness. Gadlut. Okay? Katnut, Aleph, is a baby. A baby can be 3 to 5 years old, okay? Let's say. Gadlut, Aleph, is 5 till 13. Katnut, Bet, that's where everybody gets stuck, unfortunately, 13 till 20. Gadlut, Bet, is 20 and above. Now, why did I say that's where everybody gets stuck? Most people get stuck in teenager age, which means people are 30 but it's still teenager. They never change. Because the major change in Katnut Bet from 13 to 20 is when you develop to become a human being. A woman or a man, this is where you're supposed to accomplish everything. Most people don't do the work here. This is the work. This is when the beginning. Gadlut Bet is when you're already 20 and above, you're growing up. So many times you meet men or women that never grew up. And because they never grew up, they still stuck in this age, nothing really happening in their life. Okay? So now you understand more to the details what I meant with Katnut and Gadlut and what exactly happening. Okay? So you need to understand it. Now, The question is, why are we using matzah? What's the purpose of that flat bread? What are we getting from that flat bread? If you're going by religion, you're just memory of what happened in Egypt. Which if you're doing it from the memory, you're going to get nothing out of it. It's going to be memory. You know the song Memory? I think by Barbara Streisand, right? No? Memory. There is a song like this, no? To love me. Oh, it's Cats? I'm sorry, Cats. Wrong. Close. Thank you. All right. So the idea is like that. Why matzah? So I'm going now to the Zohar in Parashat Emor, verse 131. Those of you want to read it later. It say, why matzah? What exactly is matzah? What are we getting by matzah? We said that matzah we're getting from Abba. But what is matzah by itself? The matzah, to understand what matzah is, it's written by the Zohar that we have to go back before the creation. What happened before the creation? The sun and the moon were one. It was exactly the same. Both of them were one. It was not different between the sun and the moon. Until, based on the story, if you want to take the story, God said to the moon, Lechi uma'ati et atzmech. Go and make yourself smaller. Because the moon said to God, how come there is two king or two queen in the sky? You need only one. There is never such a thing. So God said, go make yourself smaller. It seemed like God was in a bad mood after the moon asked that question. But it doesn't make any sense, right? It's a code. It's a spiritual code. Let's understand the code. So what happened? Malchut used to receive all the light of Chokhmah. It's going to get a little deeper, so hold on until I will make it clear. Malchut was receiving all the light from Chokhmah, meaning all the light from the divine, from the creator. ולא הייתה צריכה לקבל מזעיר אנפין, and he didn't need to receive and nothing from זעיר אנפין, nothing. Everything was directly from above. Now, God said to her, make yourself smaller. She made herself smaller, and now she become below זעיר אנפין, and now she cannot receive the light of wisdom. Whatever she receive, it has to go through זעיר אנפין. So זעיר אנפין used to receive chasadim. Malchut used to receive Chokhmah. I'm going to explain it. Those of you who study TLE understand it. Those of you who don't, I will explain it in about, it will take me 4 to 5 minutes. There is two types of light. There is the light of the divine that comes directly. It's called raw, naked light, meaning the whole blast of the light. The Or the Chasadim is a light which is clothing to the light of Chokhmah. Meaning, if we take, for example, the light of wisdom is the water, and the light of Chasadim is the pipe. So the pipe is not important. But without the pipe, we cannot actually reveal that water or pass the water from one point to another. That's actually what happened. And the idea is to get to a place where we understand the connection between Or the Chokhmah and Or the Chasadim. So, Malchut was receiving all the light directly, it's like the water, and Ze'er Anpin was receiving, basically the light of Chasadim is the levushim, is the clothing of that light. You want another example? You can take a wire, electric wire. Electric wire has electricity in it. Electricity is Or the Chokhmah. That's the main thing. The wire itself is Or the Chasadim. So every time you have the secondary thing, or whatever is capture that energy, is Or the Chasadim. Every time you are talking about the main energy, is Or the Chokhmah. Capish? Yes? Etiendo? Fahime? Yeah? Okay, good. So now let's understand what matzah. We need to still explain what matzah is. Very important. So after Ze'er Anpin or the Tiferet told God told Malchut, Lechi uma'ati et atzmech. Go make yourself smaller. What does that mean, go make yourself smaller? Now, you're no longer going to receive energy directly from the divine. You have to receive the energy from Ze'er Anpin. No more direct energy. It say, שפע מצב האלף נקרא מצה, ושפע של מצב הב' נקרא לחם מן השמיים או חמץ. When we receive the energy directly from Chokhmah, we have a name for it. It's called matzah. Now you appreciate this holiday even more. So when you eat the matzah, you gotta better appreciate that matzah. The first bite, not tonight. You cannot eat matzah till Monday. Don't touch matzah. I mean, you can touch it, but don't eat it. I hope you don't eat it, right? So Monday night, when you have the first bite of the matzah, it's super exciting because you're actually connecting to the time before creation. You're connected to the time before Wednesday, because we know that Wednesday, everything with the sun and the moon took a place.
Yeah.
You want to ask something?
No. You're right.
You're excited too? Thank you. So when we talk about bread or chametz, that means it's a bread that's receiving energy through the Eranpin. So the whole year, we eating bread, we eating chametz. It's a bread that already went through all the chasadim. Now let's understand it. Not enough. We got it. Okay, nice. We got a baby and name. Now we need to know what type of baby we're having. ויש מעלה וחיסרון. By the way, the explanation is from Rav Ashlag. It's not from the Zohar, so you might not find it through the English translation. יש מעלה וחיסרון במצב א' וכן במצב הב' כי במצב א' יש מעלה שאין בה מיעוט. יכולה לקבל לו חוכמה. There is good news and bad news about it. The good news, and the first one, that you can receive way more energy. It's perfect. I receive all the Or Chokmah, flash of light, immediately. And by the way, that light revealed only on the first Seder, only on the first day of Pesach. Take advantage of it. Take advantage. Do every second you're getting energy. Every second. ויכולה לקבל חוכמה. ומקבלת מאותו מדרגה שזעיר אנפין מקבל, דהיינו מבינה, וגדולה משום זה כמוהו. The first aspect, when they receive everything from Chokhmah, by the way, it's not from Chokhmah, it's the Sphira. Chokhmah means it's receiving light of wisdom. I want you to make the distinguish between the two. There is Chokhmah as the Sphira, and there is Or the Chokhmah, light of wisdom. Light of wisdom is a type of light. It's not Chokhmah as a Sphira. Yes? Based on the eyes, most of you lost me. You know what I'm talking about? Yes? Okay. So, Malchut is basically receiving a direct energy from בינה, like זעיר אנפין. כי אין במדרגה אחת תחת הבינה. אבל יש חיסרון גדול, בהיותה מקבל בכף שמאל דבינה בלבד, יש בה חוכמה בלי חסדים. But Malchut is only receiving what? חסדים. I'm sorry, חוכמה without חסדים. Now, what if I take now electricity and I wouldn't have a wire to pass the electricity from one side to another? What do you do with that? It's like almost like lightning, right? Lightning is electricity, and you cannot capture it. There is no way to capture lightning. I mean, there were hope. What happened? Become dark on us. It's purposely? Okay. It's purposely. It's the light of the Chokhmah. Do we need to turn on the light or something?
It's the Messiah.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I feel like I've become professional. I know when the light needs to be turned on. I don't know if it's spiritual or physical. Thank you. Wow. So, what happened, when you receive light from Chokhmah, it's dark. When you receive light from Chasadim, it's with light. And don't get confused with it. It's a very important understanding. Again, because that will get you to appreciate the matzah in a level that you have to dance. When you receive just light of wisdom, it's called light of wisdom. It's a direct light from the divine, but there is nothing that can capture it. It's almost like looking at the sun or looking at lightning. If you be that close to lightning, it will blind you. You will not be able to see anymore. יש בה חוכמה בלי חסדים. שאין החוכמה יכולה להאיר בלי התלבשות החסדים. The light of wisdom cannot shine, cannot reveal without light of mercy. And that's why the light that we will see is very little. It's very little. That type of light that is very little, we call it matzah, or we call it lechem oni, poor man bread. Why do we call it poor man bread? And why is it flat? And now, why? Don't go into physical. Why is it flat? Why is it not east? Why there is 18 minutes? This is physicality. But why? Why? Where they come up with those halachot? Where they come up with those laws? That means that the light that revealing through the matzah is a direct light, but a direct light that cannot be revealing itself. וכן במצב הבא יש מעלה וחיסרון. Also in the second level there is good news and bad news. The good news is receiving from Zeir Anpin. So now it's center column, now it's balanced. And there is more light. There is more light that's been seen to the eyes, but less light of wisdom. והחיסרון כי המיעוט שורה עליה מכוח המסך. ואינה רואה לקבל אור בבינה, אלא כל מה שיש לה מקבל זעיר אנפין. מלכות now receiving everything from זעיר אנפין. No longer from בינה. ועל כן השפע המושפע ממנה בצו הזה מכונה לחם מן השמיים. That's why we call it bread from the sky. Sky corresponding to זעיר אנפין. Okay? Sky corresponding to זעיר אנפין. כאינה שלה עצמה, because it's not light that belongs to her, it's only coming from זעיר אנפין. And that's why we call it חמץ או שאור. דהיינו שיש בשפע הזו בחינה אחיזה לקליפות. Because at that type of light, the klipot allowed to touch it. The light that comes from wisdom, the dark side cannot touch. Okay? It's infusion of light. We cannot have a lot of it, and that's why it has to be flat bread. That's why it has to be a matzah. But whatever is there is shmura. What is shmura? Anybody ever investigate the word shmura? Shmura means guarded. Now, if you ask a rabbi what does guarded mean, they'll hear because they have to guard the wheat. You shouldn't touch the water. Then you have to guard the flour. It shouldn't be in water. Then you have to guard. Once you bake the matzah, it will be 18 minutes. It's true. But shmura is more than that. Shmura mina mezikim. It's been kept from the dark side. It's been kept from the klipot. How? Because the light that revealed there is the light of chokhmah. That's totally a mind-blowing understanding. מחמת המיעוט השורה עליה מכוח המסך דחזה דזעיר אנפין. כי אז בליל פסח הייתה מלכות משפעת להם מבחינת בצו א' שבה. In the night of Pesach, and only in the night of Pesach, only in the Seder. It's a mind-blowing. What happened in the Seder? You going back before Wednesday of the creation, before human being created, and you're going to receive light of wisdom. There's no unheard of. Now, you might say, wait a minute, you just say it's dark. I'm scared. I'm not sure I'm ready. I'm not sure I have the vessel. Lel shimurim hu le'ashem. It's saying that this night is guarded. Nothing to worry. No klipot at that night. The light will come. It's a gift from the Creator. You have a card from the Creator. Say, that's for you. Enjoy it while you can. Tomorrow it's gone. Take it. That's what happening that night. דהיינו מדרגה שהייתה בטרם מיעוטק וכל הקליפות הנחזות במיעוט הירח היו מתבטלות. And whoever is connected to that light that called light of wisdom, light of chokhmah, is burned. The se'or v'chametz has been burned. So what I want you to get from that and be excited, you know, sometimes when I get excited, nobody understands what I'm excited about. I hope I was able to communicate what I'm excited about. So the idea, we need to understand that when we burn the chametz, you know, and I hope all of you will burn the chametz this year, not just the physical one. When you burn it, don't think just burning the physical bread or some note that you put, may God help me to get rid of jealousy and blah, 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 blah. You know, to be burned, something more than just the physical. And the idea is to understand that I'm receiving now light of wisdom, the light of wisdom, this infusion of light, burning everything by itself, burning everything. Ayumit batlot. Everything is being cancelled. Everything is being cancelled. כי נתבטלה אחזיתם. מחמת זה יצאו ישראל מרשות מצרים. You want to know why they left Egypt? You want to know why they left Egypt? Because there is two types of consciousness. Some might say they left Egypt because Pharaoh kicked them out. Right? ויבשלח פרעה. It says that Pharaoh kicked them out. That's if your lower consciousness fell down. Or if your consciousness want to raise up, you will have to say, wow, the light of wisdom revealed and all the negativity been burned. והסתלקו מרשותה הארכה ותקעו מינה, והתאחדו במצע קשורה קדישה, שנבטלו כל הקליפות וכוח השעבוד שלהם, ונתאחדו בשפע הקדוש הנקרא מצה. So what is מצה? What is מצה? Light of wisdom, pure light of wisdom that injected into this night only that night. By the way, the light disappeared the next day. The next morning, boom, it's gone, and it's become slowly normal until the night. Which means Monday night, infusion of light. In the morning, you're going to feel maybe 30% left, it's called reshimot. And then at night, it's gone. That's why you're counting the Omer. You're counting the Omer because you just been hit by the biggest gift of your life, and now they took the gift away from you. I don't know, they buy you a private jet. Try to think about it, whatever is big gift. I don't know how to imagine. You have a private jet, you have a key for private jet, in the come to you said, by the way, that helicopter is for you, and that's private jet parking there for you. You're excited. The problem is, the next morning you see people start packing it. They didn't take it yet, and at night after, gone. What happened? Now you have to do something called counting of the Omer, that you have now to earn and work hard to get the private jet back and the helicopter back. That's actually what you're doing. And Shavuot, when Shavuot coming, which is 49 days, which is 7 times 7, clear, whatever, I don't want to go into details too much. We talk about it doing the Omer in Shavuot. You're building the vessel so you are allowed now to receive it. Because that it was matnat chinam. It was a free gift. You cannot do, what are you going to do with private jet? Take some time to study how to fly it. Okay, we give you 49 days. Now you got to study that. So we give it to you. But it's a very important moment and excitement that we need to understand. So I just finished it, then you can ask me. Okay? This is the matzah. And it's very important that we need to understand again, and I'm so happy to give the lecture specifically today. It happened this way, I don't know why. It's the Hilulah of the teacher of Rav Ashlag that never wanted to reveal his name. And it's also the Hilulah of Miriam HaNeviah. And it's also the time that you are pulling the you're pulling you take the horn of the ram and you're pulling him. And the ram representing the ego trip. So it's not just putting the ram physically, it's basically holding the ram in his horn and basically telling him, I'm in control of the ego, not you. So it's a very, very important thing. Yes, question.
Yeah, and you mentioned that you're making the analogy between the private jet and the gift.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
But don't you feel like that on Pesach, really the gift is not taken away? Part of the point is that we receive all this light.
All taken away. All taken away. All.
No, but we transform from this light. Or if there's no transformation, there's no point to the...
Yeah, but all been taken away. All been taken away. Taken away. I want you to get depressed now or get happy. You have to decide. You have to choose. Either you get depressed right now or you get excited that you have 24 hours to enjoy it.
But in those 24 hours, you create a lasting change.
Chipazon means speed. No, chipazon means speed. People who you don't see them on Pesach moving the body faster, don't get the energy. The energy is momentarily. And if you don't look at it like it's come and go, you will look at the energy like sitting there, what's a big day? No, you have few hours. And that's why people who are real, like if you read the Agadah, there is a section there that a few rabbis were sitting in Bnei Brak. I don't know if you ever read it, and it's written that they didn't know if it's Shema. Why do I have to read it in the Agadah? Because they were so busy with that the light came up in the day. They didn't know if it's a light of Passover or it's the light of the days that they cannot say Shema anymore. You understand what I'm saying? So if you read it, you get into it, it's exciting. But it's momentarily, yes, I'm so sorry. I mean, I would want it to stay too, and I make transformation, but nothing. Nothing that you can do in your lifetime to gain this light. Nothing.
Of course, but you use it to transform internally a little bit. You're different from before and after. You've changed, right? You always change.
You change. You're doing the Seder, doing that act of the Seder, a different action that I'm going to explain in a second. You are create a frequency that allow you to receive the energy which is available as a gift, right. But it's not staying. It's gone, and right after it's gone, you have to earn it again doing the Omer. So that's what the Omer is for. The Omer is basically to build up exactly the Ze'er Anpin. Like I talked before, remember at the beginning I said there is a fake Ze'er Anpin and real Ze'er Anpin. The real Ze'er Anpin is what we're looking for. But we lost it because we do averot, we do selfish behavior, we think about ourselves, we judge people, Ain Hara, Lashon Hara, all those problems, the Ze'er Anpin start to become weak. Once the Ze'er Anpin start to feel weak, he's going back to his mom. To become an embryo, ubar, it become embryo, it become again in his mother womb, it's called Binah. And once he's there, he's waiting for us to reveal them. So through the Agadah, through the pe'ulot, through the action that we're doing in Pesach, we're giving birth again to Ze'er Anpin. It's very important to remember that. Now remember, Ze'er Anpin, those of you who don't know, is the core of how we're receiving energy in this world. But because we commit all kind of crime, I mean the story of Egypt, we fell down to Egypt, Pharaoh, again, this is a story, but it's a story that's happening every day. It's happening actually now. So when we talking about Pharaoh, when we talk about Mitzrayim, this is actually, we are in Mitzrayim. Even if you are in Israel, in Ashdod, you are in Mitzrayim. Even you are in Yerushalayim, you are in Mitzrayim. If people think that the location of the place makes the Mitzrayim different, they get it all wrong. Galut is when you no longer have the ability to choose. When you lost your free will, you are in Galut. Everybody understand it? A true Galut means exile. A true exile means you don't have the ability to choose between the right and the wrong. You're in exile. So exile, it doesn't matter if you're in Yerushalayim, Jerusalem, Ashkelon, or you're in Los Angeles, or you're in Zimbabwe. It doesn't matter where you are. It doesn't matter. Are you have the ability to say no to no and yes to yes? You know, that's the ability. All right, let's go to work now. Like we didn't work till now. Okay. So now we're going to start building what we call the ke'ara. Mommy, you have a ke'ara for me? The plastic one, is it here? So like this, I can show you the ke'ara. Now when you take the word ke'ara, it's very, very simple. When you take the word ke'ara, it's very simple. I hope you know it by now. This is 170, 205. What do we get? Oh, thank you so much. What? Okay. I hold it in the air. Can I wash it later? Put it on the book. Ke'ara means the plate. Now the plate, hey, I'm teaching something here. Ke'ara means the plate, and the plate basically, what's the number? What did we get together here? You're very good with numbers. See, only rich people know how to count. So the idea is 365 plus 10, right? 365, how many days we have in the year? Oh, you see, I knew you were rich. Okay, so 365. Now, what is the 10? The 10 is the 10 items we're using to control that year. What is the item you use? Okay, very good. Good question. I'm happy you're asking all those questions. So we have 3 matzot, okay, that I'm going to talk about the matzot in a second, which is a little bit complicated, but I do the best I can. So far, I explained to you the matzot from a point of view of, you know, to understand all the chokhmah coming from Abba. You with me, Avram? You good? A little bit too much. It's very mathematical, I know. But eventually you listen to it again, it's good. 375. So we have 3 matzot. 3 matzah. Okay, right? We have 3 matzah. And then we have 6 items, right? Items. And we have the plate itself. And 1 plate. So we have 3 matzah, 6 items, 1 plate. Together we got? Very good. Is rich man talking here again? That's it. We have 10 items together with the plates. Okay, so the plate representing basically a full control about your life. What are you smiling there? All right. Now, it's very important that when you're doing the Seder, okay, I'm going to do it here. So when I'm doing it here, I'm going to do it for the people, and I'm going to show this is the Zroa, this is the Betzah, and I'm going to explain how we achieve control over everything. But let's say you do it at home, or you happen to go in Zimbabwe and you have no place to go. So do it at home, you know, take the different things that I use and do the best you can. This is very cheap. This is plastic, $2.25, Glattmart, making advertising for them, right? You go there, you buy it, very good, right? No big deal. You put it there. The main thing is to activating it. You're activating basically the ke'ara. So it doesn't matter if you have a silver ke'ara from $2,000 or you have a plastic ke'ara. The main thing that the Ari write, actually it's not the Ari, the Rabbi Chaim Vital write, he said don't fall in Pesach into the physical part. Rabbi Chaim Vital write, many people are busy in Passover and Pesach with the physical part of Passover. Don't fall into it. Make sure that you are connecting to the different things on a spiritual level. So let's go through the connection. So basically, those of you who study Kabbalah, you see that there is right, left and center, right, left and center. Or חסד, גבורה, תפארת, נצח, עוד, יסוד. Very simple, right? You with me? חסד, גבורה, תפארת, נצח, עוד, יסוד. Very simple, right? I mean, in the center column you have תפארת, יסוד, right, left. Every one of them represents something. On the זרוע mean actually arm. And called the yad hazakah, which means זרוע נטויה. It meaning that the Creator took us out of Egypt with a lot of power. But actually, what we put there is neck. It's a chicken neck. Chicken neck. Some people noagim, like Sfaradim, sometimes put also the head of the lamb. But it's scary for people, so they stop doing it. Seriously. It's scary. People get scared, and some people don't like to kill animal, and some people don't like to eat meat. There's many, many traditions today. But the old tradition of Sephardic to put the whole head of the lamb there looking at you. It's very scary. It's kind of scary. Cooked food? No, not alive. No. Normally we eat cooked meat. No. We're not into those monkey with the spoon, Yeah. By the way, people really eat it. I met a person who ate it. I was shocked. And by the way, it's not allowed, even by halacha, to everybody. It's called ever minacha. It's not to eat the brain of the monkey while he's alive. You heard about it? It exists. Oh, wow. Leah said, change the subject. I agree. My wife also says change the subject. I always get into another story. Anyway, the neck here represents the neck of Mitzrayim. Mitzrayim, Tzavar. But the back of the neck called Oref. In English, you only have back of the neck. There is no words for it. In Hebrew, at least they have Oref. Do you have something in English? Back of the neck. You see, we have Oref. Shh. The left column is egg. Egg in Aramית is be'ah. Be'ah means ratzon, desire. The desire of a person is something very interesting. So by the way, when you put the shin bone, when you do the Pesach in your house, the head of the table will put the shin bone, and you will think about, here I'm doing chesed, but here I'm also controlling Mitzrayim, controlling Pharaoh. Then you take eggs, a boiled egg, not alive, boiled egg. We put the boiled egg here, and here we meditate that the boiled egg basically representing the idea of the left column energy, which is desire, and the desire is something very weird. More you fulfill your desire, more you want. It's never enough, okay? That's why left column is all about being able to say no to it. Now we come to the maror. Maror is a bitter herbs. It's something that looks like a radish, like a white radish, very spicy. It's almost like what the Japanese use for the green thing. What do you call it? Wasabi. The real wasabi. What they use in the restaurant, it's not real wasabi. So that's bitter herb. And this is, by the way, what you want to do with it, if you have time, bring your own, what do you call that? Grader, and do it on the spot, because you want to make sure that you are yoitze. So yoitze means ba'alacha, by the law. Now, how do you do ba'alacha, by the law? The Talmud writes, this is not Kabbalah, this is the Talmud. The Talmud writes, if a person eats less than half eggs, he has to do it all over again. I need to tell you the law. Half egg. So what is half egg? Is like this. I read another book. In this book, that's why I love it. It said, well, the eggs in nowadays are much smaller than the old days. I said, wow, this is even worse. Now, those of you who never eat bitter herbs don't know how much pain there is there. Now, the problem is you're not allowed to swallow it. You have to chew it, as the Ari and the Talmud in Masechet Pesachim said, Im bal'on lo yatsa. If we swallow it, lo yotze. Meaning, he didn't do the mitzvah of maror. You have to chew it. And not enough to chew it. You have to chew it until it becomes sweet like honey. So somebody asked me this week, say, Eliyahu, I need to tell you the truth. I said, what's the truth? I chew it for 5 minutes, and I don't want people to know, but it never becomes sweet. What do I do now? How many of you experienced that? That you're chewing it and you chew it for a long time?
Not too long, but I chew it enough to get the bitter taste.
Okay, you chew it and you chew it and you chew it. And the teeth that you have, by the way, okay, if you still have most of them, is 32 teeth. Okay? The 32 teeth is basically, if you want to meditate the real kavanot, I'm going to give it to you. It's very simple. Maybe if I'm going too much on the brain, stop me, because when I'm excited, I don't know what I'm doing. So if you take the letter Aleph, your mouse is the letter Aleph. Try to split it here and here. You're going to get Yud and Vav and Vav and Yud. This is 16 and this is 16. Yud is 10, Vav is 6. When you said you are lo'es, you are chewing, you have to meditate on this, on the Aleph, and then after the Aleph come another 3 letters. It's called Adonai. Dalet, Nun Yud, Adonai, like the name of God. So you are chewing Dalet Nun Yud, which is what in Hebrew? Din. Din mean judgment. Very good. So when you're chewing, doesn't matter if you don't have the old teeth or some of the wisdom tooth never came down, become dentist lately, So meditate that's chewing the dinim. Now the maror is Gimatria Mavet, death. There's many kavanot. I'm going to go to the kavanot when we get there. So when you hold the maror just on the plate, first I'm showing you what to do with the plate. You put the maror, this is the maror. You meditate that you get center column, you're getting life by putting it there. That's what gives you balance in life. Unfortunately, balance comes through maror. If you don't have opposition, if you don't have rejection, if you don't have issue, you will not have life. So life of Tiferet depends on it. Then we go to the Netzach. Netzach F Charoset, okay? Netzach F Charoset, and in the Charoset, we know, Netzach means eternity. If you take the word Charoset, you're going to have Chas and Ruth. Chas means life. Ruth means is the grandmother of King David. King David has to do with death. He killed a lot of people. Chas means Chaim, life. You're mixing life with death together in the Charoset. Why? How can that be? 7 fruit and 3 roots. The roots are the life, and the fruit are the root, are the death. Because the fruit is the end process of the roots. So that's why they consider the death. So within the Charoset, you have combination of everything. By the way, I will explain when you get to the Maror what to do with the Charoset. Karpas is parsley. Karpas is not what Israeli think, celery, is parsley. Okay, so you put a little bit of parsley here. Okay? Parsley. Italian parsley or Israeli parsley or any parsley. Parsley. Okay? Any leaves like that. Some Ashkenazi put potato. It's okay too if you don't have parsley. But the Ari said must be parsley. Must. Parsley. Yeah. I'm just checking myself if I'm saying it correctly. Chazeret basically mean lettuce. Chazeret basically mean lettuce. The lettuce is yesod, is what combine everything that we're going to do. Now, we're going to start working out.
What was the parsley you said? What was the parsley?
Karpas.
So what did it represent? You said the lettuce is yesod.
Lettuce. Roman lettuce.
Right, lettuce is yesod.
Chazeret is Roman lettuce.
And what's the parsley then? What's the parsley?
Karpas. Now, we're putting, those of you who have a way to do it, good. Those of you who don't have to do it, can you get me the fabric one, the Kohen Levi Israel? It's upstairs in my office. So basically, once you show everybody that, you are now setting up 3 matzot. Now you have to announce what each matzah represent. And if you don't know what they represent, it's just a bread, it's just no matzah. The 3 matzot, the upper matzah, you put it one above another. Either you buy a bag and you do it, either you buy a Ziploc and do it. It doesn't matter how you do it. It really doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be fancy. Here. Somebody get me a gift, God bless him. He doesn't want me to say the name. And he put my name here, God bless him. So basically you see it's a bag, it's just a bag. And you see it say Kohen. Here there is one curtain, and then another curtain you put Levi, and another curtain you put Israel. So like this you put the 3 matzot here. So basically you put 1 matzah, 2nd matzah there. It doesn't have to be fancy, guys. You can just get a big Ziploc or something and just put the matzot there. But you need to know what's above, what the middle, what that. Now, if you have a head table in the house or something like this, you don't have to do it. But if you want to do it, why not? I encourage you to do it if you want to do it. But if you can't do it, you can afford to do it, or you don't want to buy fabric like this, that's okay too. But it's good to do it because then you will be excited about your own matzah. I like people to do it, but I don't know if you can do that. Yes?
So when you say the three matzot, is it like the big half, the little half, and the afikoman, or there's like three separate matzot?
I don't understand the question with the afikoman, what?
Okay, so when you say three matzot, you mean three like full pieces of matzah. It's not
Yeah.
after we like.
No. 3 complete matzah, whatever, the round or square, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. That's what you like, that's your matzah. That's the 3 matzot. That's what you're going to deal with. That's how you're going to control your life. This is very serious. This is very serious because you're doing surgery. You're actually doing surgery. This is not a joke. It's not like you're sitting there and say, oh, then let's try. No, this is very serious. And you have to announce to yourself. You don't have to announce the whole room. That's my Kohen, that's my Levi, that's my Israel. Okay? Now, let's go and make it more complicated. And if I'm going too far, I'm so sorry, but it's important. Now, each matzah in your mind has to be drawn as the letter A. I don't know if you know how the letter A look like. That's the letter A. There is 3 ways to draw the letter A. One is like that. 2 is like that. 3 is like that. I say, no, I didn't do it right here. This is 3 Vav. I'm sorry if the drawing is not perfect. This is Dalet and Vav. And this is Dalet and Yud. Please be aware of that. This is Levi, Israel, Levi, Kohen. Okay? So Levi, Kohen, Levi, Israel, but also look at the shape of that. Now you don't do it, it's just a matzah. You need to remember all of those things. This is all have to be memorized while you're doing it. I'm looking at your eyes, your brain's still functioning. That's good. We're going to take a break in about 5 minutes so I can go through the 15 stages so you will remember every kavanah on every stage. Yes?
Yes.
Okay, good. So now we set up the plate. This is just the beginning. This is before even you start the Seder, you need to do that. This is the plate, the kavanot, what the matzah, what excited, I'm dancing, I'm happy. Or the chokhmah, light of wisdom coming down. Everything is perfect. I didn't even start the Seder. Nothing happened yet. This is before everything happened, because I have that understanding. I'm so happy. I'm getting out of Egypt. I'm getting out of my galut, my exile. Everything is over. Everything is amazing. I'm excited. But what are we doing? How do we do it? Now we come to the part of what we're doing, how we're doing it. Question, before I let you take a break for 5 minutes. Question. Okay, so you're doing good. Then I can push a little bit more. Then I can push. Once I see nobody asks question, I know I can give more. Good. So let's start the Seder. Now you're sitting at the table. The matzot is there. You put them in. This is Kohen. This is Levi. This is Israel. You have all the thing. I have the first matzah, Dalet Yud. Second matzah, Dalet Vav. Only in your mind. Boom. Third matzah, Vav, Vav, Vav. Wow. Remember, most of Passover is the mind or the mouth, but not with the action. If you're busy with the action, how are you going to do it? What are you going to do? You're missing it. You're falling down to Balchut. You always want to stay Zeir Anpin. Mind, talk. Mind, talk. That's why it's called Pesach. Pesach. Pe, mouth, the talk. Mouth, the talk. Sach means to talk. Most people think Pesach means to skip out or to step over something. Because the Pasach means to skip over a house. When the angel of death skip over, it's called Pasach. Pasach. But it's Pesach, mouth, the talk. Because through the talking of the evening, you actually accomplish everything you want to accomplish. Very powerful. Now, we're sitting there, now we're standing, and we start with a step. Now, before we study with everything, the first thing that I study from the new Haggadah I just received is you have to cancel yourself 100%. I will explain why. Before you start the Kiddush, you have to become zero. Absolutely zero. Why? Because if you take a seed, I don't know if you did it when you were kids, you take a seed and you put it in the ground, the seed gets cancelled. The seed disappears. To give birth to what? To a fruit. So before you want to give birth to a better year, to a better life, you must first disappear. And that's tough. I'm nothing. More nothing you are, more you're going to give birth to something later. More something you are, then there is no room for new thing. You want to renew yourself by canceling totally everything. Okay, so that's very, very important. At that night, you receive all the healing for the year. Physical healing, and emotional healing, and mental healing. At that night, every miracle that you want to achieve for the whole year is available to access it. Okay? Few more things. You have the knowledge now. First step, you have the knowledge. Now, all what I share, you have it. Step number 2, you need to have a desire. And that's where most people fall. After they have the knowledge, they're kind of falling asleep. So, okay, now I have the knowledge. Now what? No, desire. I want more. Grab more desire. And don't feel like, okay, but this evening is not bad. It's nice. We're sitting together. Food is nice. Atmosphere is nice. The light is exactly right. My company is nice. No, desire. Because you might not know what you want 2 months from now. Third level, certainty. Do not let doubts to kill you while you're doing what you're doing. And fourth level is appreciation. By the way, what the Rav told me personally once to do before Passover is to sit and think about all the good things that happened to you in the last 72 hours. Most people like to appreciate what happened to them in the last 20 years. Right. No, 72 hours. Sit with yourself, close your eyes, and say, what is the great things happened to me in the last 72 hours? Meaning starting Shabbat. Shabbat, Sunday, Monday. You just sit and think all the good things happened to me in the last 72 hours. And you make it in your mind. Once you're getting into appreciation mode, can go into Passover. Because Passover, when you are negative, you cannot enter that type of energy. The frequency is different. It will not work. So you need to have an affinity with the energy. How do you have an affinity? Appreciation. Once you have appreciation, everything seems beautiful. Okay. Now we're getting to the first aspect of the beginning of the evening. Before we're getting there, you have to remember there is 15 levels of doing. Okay, there's Kadesh, Uchatz, there is 15 level. Why 15? Because all the light that we are receiving in that night, all the wonderful light that we are receiving in that night, coming from 2 places. What places they coming? Abba and Ima. Everything coming from Abba and Ima. How do you say Abba and Ima in a code way? Yud and A. What is this? 15. Versteh? Understand? Kafish? Yes? Comprendo? Yes? So basically, it's not just randomly they invented 15 actually that evening. It's because it's coming from Chokhmah and Binah. What also coming from Abba and Ima? Matzah and wine. Wine coming from Ima, matzah coming from Abba. Okay? You good there? No, it's not because you came in the middle. It doesn't matter when you came.
I'm soaking it in.
But it's good to know something. Right? To grab whatever you can grab, right? But you have a question about something where you don't even know what to ask.
I'm soaking it in.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Again, I said it will be a little bit.
I'm just trying to understand where the Abba and the Ima.
Okay.
Where do you get the Yud and the Abba and the Hey and the Ima?
Okay. When you write the name of God, this is the name of God. I show you. That's a good question, by the way. This is the name of God. Okay? Okay? It's written from 4 letters. The first letter is called Chokhmah or Abba. The second letter is called Binah or Ima. The third letter is called Ze'er Anpin. I'm not going to write, I don't have room. Or the son. The fourth letter called Malchut, or the daughter. Capish? Comprendo? It's good. But more you ask me, I'm Blinara, have merit. I'm well, but you gotta come and say, I don't understand, and then it will come out. I don't know what I know until somebody asks it, because, so when we do that night, we do the only Yud K. The all light coming from Yud K. The all light coming from the Chokhmah and Binah. That's why we have matzah and wine. This is the tools. That's it. That's all tools. The rest is more accessory. But the main thing, matzah, Abba, wine, Ima. Matzah, Abba, wine, Ima. Matzah, Chokhmah, wine, Binah. It's very exciting. So now you know what you do. You go into the Passover and you're sitting, you're actually understanding. You have the plate now setting, you have the matzot setting, you have everything. This is basically doing a surgery. Few hours of surgery. And you want to make sure that it's long as possible. I don't know what to do. We have a big group here, Blinara, but how I'm going to hold them. I was talking to my son. What I'm going to do to come up with the idea to hold the people as late as possible. But actually, I thought it's a little bit selfish because I'm thinking about me. I want to get more energy and more energy and more energy. But they supposed to get more energy too. But would they understand? And actually, I was fighting with myself today on that. But it's very, very important. Let's take about 4.5 minutes break. And we come back right away to the all 15 stages, and then I'll let you ask any question you want. Coming to the 15 stages. Stage number 1 is called Kadesh. Say after me, Kadesh. Kadesh. Great. Now, Kadesh, as you know, it sounds like the word Kiddush, Kadosh, Kadosh, holiness. There is many, many meaning on that. I will try to give you everything that I have on my Agadah. So the first thing is we need to understand that whenever you have Gadlut, remember we studied about Gadlut in the beginning. Gadlut means greatness, okay? Any type of Gadlut. How many Gadluyot we have?
4.
2. Very good. How many Katnuyot we have? 2. Very good. So let me repeat. Katnut Aleph is when a baby is from age 3 to 5. Gadlut Aleph is when the baby is from 5 to 13. Katnut Bet is when the baby is from 13, not baby anymore, from 13 to 20. And Gadlut Bet is from 20 and up. Those are the 4 stages of how Ze'er Anpin is born. But because we have a lot of klipot, we have a lot of negativity that want to attack us, the Creator, the Divine, with a merciful way, give birth to Ze'er Anpin when he's 20 already. That's how the Pesach starts. That's how the Seder starts. How do we know that? It's written, if you look at the Kamanot of the Ari, it's written Gadlut Bet De'ima. Gadlut Bet De'ima, meaning Gadlut Bet, meaning the stage above 20, is instead of waiting for the baby to come like little baby, 5 pounds, or 20 if you're Russian, the baby is coming now already 200 pounds, boom! This is from the wine. So, every time there is Katnut, let's study it again. And Gadlut. Gadlut will always connect to the name of God called Yud Ke Vav Ke. Would you remember that? And Katnut always connect to the name Elokim. The reason it is, and again, I'm giving you a very general idea because if I have to go to details, and I will go more in a second. Elokim, okay, is more the vessel. Yud Ke Vav Ke is the milu, is the fulfillment. So let's say if I'm holding a cup, the cup is Elokim, and the plimiyut, the internal part, is Yud Ke Vav Ke. Versteh? Yes? Now. What's that? Yes? Okay. So now let's erase it. Now, sometimes now, please listen because that will be a little bit difficult, a little bit hard on the brain. If I take the Elokim, I'm going to write it big so we can see it. By the way, it's not Elokim. I'm not allowed to write hey here, so I put kuf instead. You understand that, right? Normally it's supposed to put hey. If I take the word Elokim, and I'm taking the lamed, the hey, and the yud, and I try to inject more mercy into it. The way I can inject mercy into it is only if I take those 3 letters backward. Who know the Aleph Bet here? Anybody know the Aleph Bet order? No? What coming before the letter Lamed? What's happening before the letter Lamed? Huh? Very good, Kaf. What coming before, this is Hey, by the way. This is Hey. What's coming before the letter Hey? That's a good job. We're doing really good there. What coming before the letter Yud?
Tet.
What is that?
Tet.
Very good. I see that everybody study very well. Now, if we put all those letters together now, we have a new name. Don't lose me, don't lose me. It's called Achdatam. I'm sorry if you come in the middle, your mind will blow, but it's still good to be together. Achdatam is the name Elohim that is normally in judgment with a splash of mercy. You know, like they say in the bar, give me this with a splash of soda. So we have a splash of mercy because the Aleph and Mem still have judgment. The sandwich, Aleph is from Elohim, Mem is from Elohim. I have to put glasses because sometimes I go too far, and the only way I can see if I go too far is with your expression. Question? What's that? How do I go? I take each letter, one letter back. When I take the letter one back, it becomes mercy. Every time I take letter forward, you have to study Kabbalah. Every time you take letter forward is judgment. Every time you take a letter backward is mercy. Huh? No, it's not Adbash. It's back. Ma ba lifne lamed, kaf. One letter back. Yes? I need your eyes. I need to see. How are we doing there? The question man. It's not bad. This is okay. We just didn't change those two. The sandwich, we kept it the same. We took the sausage, we put vegetarians, vegan. Okay, that's what we did. We mercy, we get more mercy. Yes? Now, why am I teaching you that? Remember, every time we say katnut, smallness, we are say Elohim. Every time we say greatness, we are talking about which name? Yudke Vavke. Very good. You understand it there? With the Yudke Vavke and everything? Okay, very good. Now, we're still in the first stage, so I need you to understand the first stage perfectly. Is it good there? Good? Is it clear? I see you talking to something wrong. I did something wrong, okay? All right. Now, going back to Kadesh. In Kadesh, basically, there is many things happening in the same time. Many things happening in the same time. Now, where do you get this name, Achdatam? This is beautiful. Each one of your finger, if you can do that, God bless you. Each one of your finger has to be one of those letters. One finger is Aleph, one finger is Kaf, one finger is Dalet, one finger is Tet, one finger is Mem. Can you do that? When you remember, when you do the Kadesh, you're going to hold it. Say, Achdatam, now I have the letter. You got to do that. You got to do it. It's very important. Each finger, my dear friend, activating the mercy that you need for the whole year. Chaval. It's a shame you're already doing it, so do it right. Lama lo? Why not? Why not? It's already doing it. And I know it's a lot to remember, but doing it. Do the best you can, okay? Not the best, but you got to do it. Forget best you can, okay? Enough. Now, if you add, should I do the kolel? They will lose me, right? No, forget about it. Skip that part. Too much. Anyway, when you hold the cup, you want to meditate also another meditation, lesalek ruach shtut, to remove the spirit of silliness. Spirit of silliness. How are we doing with that? Okay. All right. So there is all kind of negative spirit flying. There is 4 of them, by the way. One of them is called the spirit of silliness. When you do the wine and you think about it, I'm removing the spirit of silliness. After you hold the cup, Achdatam. After you think and remove the spirit of silliness. After you scan all the letters and you do the whole meditation. Okay? You want to start getting, slowly, become happy. That's not a good sign, because then I'm getting excited. And what you want to do, so beautiful. So beautiful. There is 3 meditation: the holding of the cup, saying of the words, and the energy that come in. Once you're saying the kiddush, once the words come out, Gadlut Bet is being activated. You give birth to Ze'er Anpin. Ze'er Anpin born 200 pounds. Okay? Right away becoming a man. He doesn't have stages. He jump out as a man. Okay? And to jump out as a man is a Yud Ke Vav Ke Yudin. I'm losing you. I'm telling you I'm losing you. But I gotta do that. Okay. I didn't know I'm gonna do all of this. One day I should write all of this ahead of time in many boards. It will be easier. That's the name Yud Ke Vav Ke. There is many ways to spell it out. You know about the spelling out? Most of you know, right? So there is one to spell it out, Yud Vav Dalet. K Yud. K is not K, it's Yud, right? Vav Yud Vav and K Yud. So if you add it together, you get 72. So this is called Chokhmah. You see that the Yud K Vav K is still there, right? Yud K Vav K. We just spell it out, which means we spread how you write it with the letter Yud, because Yud is related to Chokhmah. I know some of you see, huh? No? There is 4 ways how to spell out the Yud Ke Vav Ke. This is called Chokhmah. There is another way, it's called Binah, and there is another way called Ze'er Anpin, there is another way called Malchut. So there is 4 ways how you want to write the Yud Ke Vav Ke. Please look at your book. So when you are basically doing the Kiddush, this is only the first stage, okay? What happened, the energy start coming from the holiday point of view, the energy start to come from the words point of view, and the energy start to come from holding the cup point of view, is the main thing. And the cup is just a cup. I mean, if you take cup in Hebrew, what do we get? We get 80, what do you get there? 86? How do you get 86 here? Yeah, 86, 86. And we got Elokim, thank you. We got Elokim. So now you know why the cup is Katnut. Because Elokim is Katnut, yeah? So the cup itself is Katnut. So, cos 86 is Elokim. Elokim is always Katnuyot. Whatever is Elokim is Achdatam, or whatever is Elokim is regular. Are you with me? No, which part? No. So ask. It's very important to understand the difference between Achdatam and Elokim, please. Elokim is judgment. Achdatam is splash of mercy in it. Yeah, exactly. Because if you think about Pharaoh, when Moses come to Pharaoh, what is the first thing Pharaoh tell him? Who is God that I will listen to him? If you look at the Bible, who is God that I will listen to him? Now, where does he get the word who? The word who in Hebrew is this letter. Mem and Yud. If you take Mem and Yud, reverse, it's called Achoraim. Achoraim means backward. If I read the name of God backward, is me. Lost you. Mi Elokim asher eshma bekolo. Me. So Pharaoh said, I only know Elokim from the back. Only Mem and Yud. Mem and Yud is U. You understand? U. The people took the Bible and translated it into English. So what are you going to write about the word me? U. Like, it's very sad, but it's not really what it means. It means the backward of Elokim, of the judgment. That's all what I know, Moses. I don't know any other God. That's what he meant. Okay, that's too much information now. I shouldn't lose you. I'm only in the first stage here. Only in the first stage. Let me skip that and go a little bit easier. Yes?
Well, can you repeat the kavanot again, please?
Yeah. We have the holding of the cup is achdatam, the finger.
Right.
Okay? Then we have
What is the kavanah again there?
the cup is Elokim, it's a judgment, it's katnut. Okay? But the main thing is that Gadlut Aleph, okay? Gadlut Aleph, if I'm not mistaken, yeah? You have 2 Gadluyot. 2 Gadluyot meaning 2 great energy. That coming, one from the day, Gadlut Aleph coming from the day. Remember Gadlut Aleph, what year is that? Who remember Gadlut? What year is that? Huh?
3 to 5, right?
Huh?
3 to 5.
Gadlut Aleph is
3 to 5.
Gadlut.
Oh, Gadlut, sorry.
5 to 13. Huh? Very good, 5 to 13. Gadlut Bet is 20 and above. So Gadlut Bet also come in. So there is 3 things happening in the same time when we do the wine. 3 things. Okay? You have Gadlut Aleph. Do you need to worry about it? Nothing. It's coming from the day itself. Because it's Passover, boom, energy. And infusion of energy come automatically. Gift. Nothing to think about. Katnut Bet is when you're holding the cup. You get Katnut Bet. Now you're holding the cup. Achdatam. I got Katnut Bet. You already got 2 from 2 without nothing. Energy come in, only the cup after you fill up the wine, not you. Somebody fill up the wine for you. Do not fill your own cup. Let somebody else fill it for you, always. Only on Passover, you're not filling up your own cup. You let somebody else filling it up. Because it's the energy of freedom. Gadlut Bet is coming from the meditation and from the words. So when you read, or you cannot read, you scan, or you are in a room with somebody is reading it, and you can do it with them in your mind. Let's say you cannot read Hebrew, it's okay too. Close your eyes and hold the cup and meditate that your lips become their lips, and through their lips you are actually reading. You're allowed to do it, by the way. When you do that, you're getting the highest level of energy that you are start drawing the energy of Gadlut Bet. And then what happened to the dark side? Listen carefully. Remember, now the baby is born not 20 pounds, he's born 200 pounds. So instead of waiting for the baby to grow, he's born at full capacity. He's born like a football player, like strong, powerful, amazing. So we don't have to wait all the stages for the baby to born. He's already born the extra large, right? And because of that, he's ready to go to war with the klipot. What is it does? No more klipot, no more negativity, no more dark side, no more problem. And that's what the first stage is, burning everything. And you're ready to go to the next stage. Now, the next stage, there is 2 traditions. Some people, everybody is washing their hand, and some people normally do 1% in the room wash it for everybody else. It's not washing to eat, it's just washing with the meditation. There is not a lot of meditation actually there. It's just to wash the negativity for everybody in the room. Okay? If you feel you need to wash the hand, go and wash it. But it's supposed to be 1 person in the room that washing it, the head table, the head of the room, the head rabbi, whatever it is, that washing it. Now, what are we doing? We are actually washing it, as the יצא משנת חסידים, יכוון לרחוץ כלי הפנימי מגילולי מצרים. We are washing the negativity we have in our life. So it's not a blessing there. It's not like something that we do. It's simply washing the negativity from our hand. All right. Now we're coming to Karpas. 3rd stage called Karpas. Remember, Kadesh, 1st stage, Urchatz, 2nd, Karpas, 3rd. Karpas is very interesting because look what happened in Karpas. In Karpas, something weird happened. Now the baby is born 5 pounds, or 7 or 20. Okay? Katnut. In Karpas, we're going back to normal. What do you mean we're going back to normal? We're going back to what we're supposed to start with. We're supposed to go by stages. If you normal giving birth, the baby first small, then he's a man. Now the baby born as a man, and then he's small. Now we're going back to become Karpas again. It doesn't make a sense. Because what is Karpas? Tell us the Ari, tell us the Zohar. Katnut Aleph. It's Katnut Aleph. It's the smallest level of energy. Katnut Aleph is mean the baby just born. All right? The baby just born. And that's why you don't want to eat a lot of that because it's all judgment. Whenever you talk Katnut, is Elokim or Yud Kei Vav Kei? Remember what it is? What is Katnut? Elokim or Yud Kei Vav Kei? Don't look at your note. Come on, you got to know that. Elokim, judgment. Elokim. Katnut is always Elokim, always judgment. You don't want to eat too much of the parsley. You eat very small amount, less than olive, pachot mikazait. If you look at the halacha, it's because you don't want to do last blessing. If you look at the Kabbalistic explanation, it's because there is too much judgment in it. So when you take it, you want to make sure you don't attach to that judgment. You're not ready yet. You didn't completely do everything. So you don't do that judgment. You take a little piece, you do the blessing, little. I see a lot of time people in Passover take the whole thing, put it in a salt water and eating and say, oh, I love vegetables, I love vegetables. It's not vegetables, it's katnut. It's katnut. It's not vegetable, it's katnut, it's judgment. It's Elohim, it's like serious business going on here. You're poisoning yourself. It's very dangerous. So you're taking a very small, like the leaves, this leaf, the green. Why salt water? Salt, always mituk adinim. Salt is a secret, as the Ari explained, is sweetment of the judgment. That's why when you kosher meat, what do? Salt. Wherever you put salt is sweetening the judgment. So because the judgment is heavy duty judgment, heavy duty is katnut aleph, meaning the klipot is like waiting with the machine gun to finish you. Don't go there. You already revealed some blast of energy through the wine, but they want something. They want something. And we're going to give them something. Because you must give the klipot something. The klipot, the dark side, is a necessity for our creation. People sometimes want to get rid of all the darkness in their life. There's no such a thing. It will be the end of the world. The dark side have a mission too. The dark side just need to be controlled. You got to be controlling. You hold the reins and give a little bit of the thing and then continue. People who don't study Kabbalah think it should never be dark side. Dark side has a reason to be exist. I saw some fingers somewhere.
So the salt water and the whole tears thing is just like,
Tears?
well, you know, we
Not tears.
thought that salt water is the tears as we were slaves. That's
Not
what
the tears.
When you dip it in the salt water to remind us of our tears as slaves.
Really?
You might have to throw it in
I like it. I should use it. Yuda, you heard it too? I like it. It's a nice explanation. Why not? We should say that. I never saw it like in
Oh, wait till I show you my Hakadah.
yes, but it's cute. It's cute. I like it. We should say that. We should say that. Why not? The tears. Nice. It's like there is something, but I'm explaining mostly the Kabbalistic term because it's sad for me to see. I'm going to so many homes of many people, and it's sad for me to see how much people don't know. It's coevly. I'm in pain because people have no idea. It's becoming a memory to Egypt. You should never become memory to Egypt because Chas v'Shalom, if all what you're doing is historical channel, in basically the whole point of Discovery Channel. You want to look like all of it is Discovery Channel, meaning you are creating something. If you're a historical event, then it's like nothing. It's like 4th of July. You understand? So it's very important. Let's continue. Now we're coming to a complicated part. How are we doing on the battery there? We good? Everybody's happy? Good. You get some complaint, finger up, finger down? No, you don't see it? All right. Anyway, now we're coming to the Yachatz. Now here, this is the heavy duty part of the Seder. Most people don't aware if it even happened. Here you're doing the most important part of the Seder, and unfortunately, people don't even know it's there. So whatever you have 1 matzah, whatever you have 3 matzah, whatever you have a little bit of matzah, I don't care what you have, not the bread, but matzah. In this point, you're supposed to break the matzah. Now you should ask me, that's a very good question, which matzah should we break, Eliyahu? That's a good question. So this is what I'm going to answer. It's good. You're asking great questions. All right. It's funny, I never want to give this lecture. Never want to give it. Years I know this knowledge, I never want to share or give this lecture. I didn't have to, Now I said to myself, you don't have to do it, but I think it's important to give it. Like, why not? Why not? Why not to give it? So remember how many matzot we have when we set up the matzot? 3. What's the shape of the matzot? You draw it very nice. What can we tell us? What type of matzot? Yeah, what is, no, I know it's circular, but what type of matzot? What's the shape in the letter? Which letter are we controlling there? Hey, very good. How do we draw the hey? How many positions we have today? That's the letter hey. 3. Okay, so we get, you want to come draw it for me? Do me a favor. I'm really not a good drawer. He's like an excellent drawer. He can take it and, yeah, exactly. So do the upper one, Dalet Yud. The middle one, do Dalet Vav. And the last one do vav, 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 which is the hard one for me. I don't know how to draw the vav, vav, vav. No, but like one below each other.
But one below each other, how? Show me the first one.
Yeah, here, that's good. Dalet Yud. Dalet Yud, good.
Okay.
Now do one below that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Dalet Vav.
Dalet Vav. Now the matzah that you break is the middle one. Do not ever forget it. The middle one need to be break. Not the upper one, not the lower one, the middle. And I'm going to explain how to break it. Now that's tough, right?
Why is it uneven then?
Huh?
Break it uneven.
What do you mean uneven?
Like
Uneven, I will explain. It is uneven, but this is physical. Only today I read Rabbi Chaim Vital said that many people worry about how even it is, and you shouldn't be too worried about it because that's physical. In the mind, it should be uneven, and I'm going to go into it in a second. We good? Very good. Thank you so much. You're doing a great job. People in China love you. All right. So what happened? Remember what matzah represent? Matzah represent chokhmah or binah? Very good. I need all of you to know it. Chokhmah. Where is the light of the matzah come from? Abba or Ima? Abba. Very good. So now there is three matzot, one on top of each other. Dalet Yud, Dalet Vav, Vav Vav Vav. Now we breaking the middle one. Listen carefully. There's 1,000 kavanot on this. I will do the best I can to explain as much as I can. Yeah. In this part, you're breaking uneven in your mind, or if you can do it also uneven here. One become Dalet and one become Vav. Remember that. One become Dalet, one become Vav. Do not make a balagan. Don't make a mess. You need to know which one is Dalet and which one is Vav. If you want to do what I do, I take a napkin and I cover the Vav and I put it the back. What head rabbi used to do in Poland and in Russia, they used to have a special bag on the side and they used to pick the Vav next to them and put the Dalet back into the matzah. What Hasidet sons or the Bobov used to do, they used to have a special basket when they wrap it in their bag and they carry it like this while they're doing the whole thing. So you can do whatever you want. Some Sephardic used to hold it in a basket. Whatever worked for you is okay. Just remember which one is the Dalet, which one is the Vav. Don't ever get confused between the two. Okay? So what they did, in nowadays, they make one small, one big, so they know the difference. And the big one was Vav, and small one was Dalet. But it's not the physical thing. It's more spiritual thing. Dalet will be eventually what you're eating the amotzi from. Vav will be kept for the afikoman.
What's the question? Which one's the larger, which one's the smaller? Which is the larger piece? And
Dalet smaller, Vav the bigger, but again, do not be attached to it too much.
Dalet's the smaller?
Dalet smaller, even I know from the shape it looks bigger, the Gemini mind. But Vav is actually equal 6 and Dalet is equal 4. The Gemini now happy. I know how to talk to Gemini. You gotta explain to them intellectually. Okay? Now don't forget, Dalet comes from the word Dal. Dal means in Hebrew, poor. What do we say about the matzah? Al lachma aniya. We say lachma, like the hay. Lachma aniya. This is the hay of the. Okay, no. All right. It's in Hebrew. It's like mind blowing. Anyway, we did the Dalet and Vav. Remember, one is Mashiach ben David, and one is Mashiach ben Yosef. If you really want to go deeper into that.
which one?
What do you think?
Mashiach ben David. Maybe Mashiach ben David would be, or Mashiach ben Yosef would be the Vav, because the Yosef.
Actually, it doesn't say. It doesn't say which one. It doesn't say. And I have a problem with that too, because Dalet means poor. And it's supposed to be King David, because he's the Malchut. And Ephraim is Yosef, is the rich. But the one we kept, which is Mashiach ben David, is Afikoman, supposed to be King David, supposed to be the Messiah. And the one we ate in the beginning is the Dalet. So it's not easy to translate it. It's very hard for me to decide. Even I wrote all kind of explanation. Okay? Now, don't remember if there's any things that I didn't tell you. You don't need the matzah, by the way. You don't need the matzah. You just break it. You don't need it. Break it, put it back. Better, put it back. Wear it back in the middle. Some people say take it out in the middle because they're afraid to get confused. What normally I do, those of you who've been with me many years, I cover it with a napkin, put it in the back, and hide it. There it's there. Now, it's time to reveal the secret to you. Even Debbie asked me not to, but she left, so it's okay. So all years long, the children looking for afikoman. Right? They're looking for that vav. Where is the vav all the time? With you. So what kind of afikoman you're giving the children to look for? A fake one, not the real one. Because if the afikoman will disappear, we all not going to get the energy of Passover. So what do? You give them just a matzah, which is symbolize the afikoman, and then they're looking for it. The afikoman has to stay with you the whole time. The whole time. Why do we giving the children to look for it? What's the tradition of it? The children represent katnut or gadlut? Katnut, smallness. So the smallness looking for the greatness. There is all codes there. It's all codes. It's so beautiful. So beautiful. All right, I think we're done with Yachatz. It's already a lot. Now we're going to Magid. Magid, I told you already, Pesach, you have to talk. And here, you're getting Gadlut Aleph, Katnut Bet, Gadlut Bet, Katnut Aleph. Remember, Katnut, you're sometimes going to see, instead of Achdatam, you're going to see this, or you're going to see this. It's the same thing, by the way. Amgal. No? Amgal? Basically, they took the gal, is 33, is the same numerology value of these three letters. And they put it in together, yes? That is just a code. I just want to make sure that if you ever see it and you get deep into Kabbalah and you see those names, you know they're actually the same, so don't get confused. Amgal. The same like that. Okay? No meaning. It's just the gematria. It's just the gematria. Okay, so we start with Magid. Magid, basically, you start reading the Agadah. And then, what do? You say, lachma aniya. This is the poor man bread. You take the dalet. Remember the dalet you broke? Take the dalet, and let's say there are 50 people. You show it to all the people. Say, you show them the dalet of the matzah. Lachma aniya. This is the poor man bread. Why this is? The dalet. Dalet mean poor. Dal mean poor in Hebrew. So you raise the dalet and you show it to them. Everything with the meaning. It's so beautiful. Everything is with the meaning. It's exciting. Then we have Manishtana. Why we sing Manishtana? The kids start to sing Manishtana. What is the kids' Katnut? The Katnut said Manishtana. Manishtana means what changed in this night? What they're asking, how come there is Gadlut before Katnut? Where are we? It's supposed to be first we, and then the adult. First kids been born, then Gadlut. So Manishtana, if you look at the translation, what has been changed? If you look at the translation in English, what has been changed? That's what it means. Manishtana means what has been changed. If you want to read it, it says, what's the difference this night from all other night? All other night, we eat both bread and matzah, which is not correct. You don't eat bread and matzah. And so it's all coded. People don't even know where. What is in bread and matzah? Now you know. Because matzah means or the chokhmah, bread means or the chasadim. Now after you study, it means there is no such a thing, eating every night we're eating bread and matzah. No, you eat bread. Chametz v'matzah, halayla hazeh kulo matzah. This tonight is only matzah. All the other night we're eating all kind of vegetables. Tonight we're eating only maror. So there is code, so many codes in Manishtana that we are singing. Just let me do. Good. All right. And that point also we pouring the second wine. Somebody pouring was the second cup of wine. The second cup of wine, if you want to remember, it's meditation for lust. Second cup of wine is for lust. Lust. L-U-S-T. Lust. Okay? It's correcting any type of wrong lust. All right? Lust. L-U-S-T. Tshukot. Tshukot asurot. Second cup. Second cup, yes.
What are we in? Are we still in 4 or no? 5.
מה נשתנה?
We're in 5?
Stage, we are still in Magid. We are still in Magid. We are still Magidim. We are still talking and talking the Agada. Okay? We're still talking the Agada. Now, you're saying, until you're getting to something now. I will do the best to explain it in the best way. And normally, we explain about the 4 sons. Now, the way you say 4 sons, okay? Arba banim dibra aTorah. 4 sons the Torah was talking about. But really, is the Agadah going to talk to us about 4 types of people? One is wise, one is evil. What is son? If you take the word son in Hebrew, how do you say son in Hebrew? Ben. Very good. Very good. Now, what is Ben? Is Yud K Vav K times 2, which is Malchut. Remember the spelling out? Spelling out of Yud K Vav K in Chokhmah, 72. Spelling out of Yud K Vav K in Binah, 63. Spelling out of Yud K Vav K in Zer Anpin, 45. Spelling out of Yud K Vav K in Malchut, 52. 52, Ben. So when they talk about 4 son, the Torah talk about, he's talking about 4 aspects of connecting to Malchut. I hope I'm not losing you. There's a lot of things going on. I'm excited about this part because I show you why. All right? Now, it's a shame we don't have CPA here. 5 times. Now, if there is 4. It's a lot of work in the brain, but it's fun. It's so much fun. What is that? Yud Ke Vav Ke Malchut is always twice. It's double. So it's the milui. It's called the milui. The fulfillment is basically Yud Vav Dalet A Vav Vav A Hey. Okay? If you want to get into it. Now it's not finished. Not finished. Leah, stay with me here. 52 times 4 is 208. 208 is kodkod. Kodkod means in Hebrew skull. I know it's too much, but I love this part. You gotta remember that, please. I'm excited. Kodkod, yes, kodkod, skull. What's the point? What a nekuda? What's the point there? The idea is like that. Listen carefully. There is 2 ways that the Zer Anpin is connecting. One, Zer Anpin is Yaakov, Jacob. How many wives Jacob has?
4.
Very good. How many real wives he had?
2.
Very good. What's their name? Very good. Who is buried next to him? Very good. Who is not buried next to him? Very good. When did his name change? When he buried Rachel or Leah? His name changed from Jacob to Israel. When? For the angel, but Leah. He connected to Leah through Israel. He connected to Yaakov through Rachel. The Mekubalim, especially the Arizal and the Zohar, and all the Mekubalim explain that there is 2 ways of connection. It's nothing to do with the story of Yaakov and Rachel. It's 2 ways of connection. There is Yaakov and Rachel, and Yaakov and Leah. Yaakov and Rachel are connecting back to back. Yaakov and Leah are face to face. Question is why? I will do the best I can to explain it in the best way. After this, it will go easy. The dark side can only attack your back. The dark side cannot attack your front. Your front is your essence, is who you are, is the most powerful part of who you are. The back is called Achoraim. The dark side can attack from the Achoraim. The Ari, if you want the details, the Ari said that's why we go into the toilet from the Achoraim. He actually say it. That because that's where the klipot are. It's not just built this way. It's just built that way because of that. Because now Rachel is not as more elevated than Leah, and that's why Leah is buried next to Yaakov. She has to go face to face with Yaakov because the klipot want to get some energy. They must get energy. But if you give them only the achoraim, they can attack, but they cannot get any energy. They want something to get. So what they're doing, they go into Leah. Leah is, Rachel is back to back, and Leah is face to face. So they have to go to Leah to get the energy from the achoraim, from the back. Yes?
They could do Rachel.
No, Rachel is back to back. They cannot attack your face. They can only attack your back. So if Rachel is back to back to Yaakov, there's no room for them to attack.
Oh, I see. Okay.
But above that, Leah and Yaakov is like that. So because Leah and Yaakov is like this, they come to Leah. But the problem, Leah is more elevated. The light there is shining like crazy. It can burn them. They know it, but they want something. So they cannot affect Leah at all. So they can go. Now, how is this connected to the 4 sons? And to Kotkot, the skull. Rachel needs energy, otherwise she will die. The way she's getting the energy is through the Kotkot, through the skull of Leah. Just try to think about it when you're there. I just enjoy sharing it with you. You don't have to remember that's way too much and way too more than anybody will do the Pesach. The energy going to the skull of Leah, through the neck to Rachel. Okay, just you need to remember that when you say 4 sons has nothing to do with boys, nothing to do with son, has to do with that type of energy. I'm just excited to share it with you. I know it's too much, but we skip it. That's it. Enough, Eliyahu. Enough. Just go to the point. Rachel connect to the Kotkot, yes.
To Leah's kotkod or through Rachel's kotkod to Leah?
Kotkot of Leah through the neck of Rachel. That's where the energy Rachel is getting it. No. It's not physical. It's not. Don't try to make a picture. Now we're coming to Dam ve'esh ve'tibrot ashan. We're coming to the part that we're using the wine to pour into the plate. Some people use finger. Some people just pour the wine from the cup. Both ways is okay. Rabbi Chaim Vital write that the Ari and him did it from the cup, not with the finger. But some people do it with the finger. Why the finger? Because it's written Etzba Elokim, that the makot, that plagues in Egypt, happened from the finger of God. So you're doing it with the finger of God. And some people doing it from the cup because the cup is Elokim. And Elokim is the one that did all the plagues. So now you know the difference, okay? Yes, Pashtei? Keep going.
What stage is that?
We're still in Magid. Still the same thing. Then we have Dayenu, which means enough. Dayenu, we sing, we're excited, appreciate what we have. Dayenu. Okay? And then we come to the second cup. Listen carefully, second cup. Here you remove any type of imbalance in sexuality.
You said it was less before.
Yeah, it's the same. That's the same cup. First we pour it, now we drink it. Pouring the wine, drinking the wine, 2 different aspects. So any type of ruach znut, spirit of sexuality, or spirit of lust, this is when you remove it. Okay? Either imbalance in whatever way it's imbalance. Second cup of wine. Now, by the way, how much you need to drink, this I didn't tell you. So you need to drink, Debbie bought special cup for our house, so people will drink not too much and not too little. So you have to be certain amount. It's I don't know how to show it to you, but it's a certain amount that you need to drink. You can Google it and you can drink according to that. You want to drink more, but you cannot lose your mind, meaning you have to focus. You cannot, it's not Purim. It's not about getting drunk. It's a serious business going on there, okay? You are like in a surgery room. You need to drink the wine for a certain reason, but don't overly drink it, and it's a serious thing. Yes?
What's the basis of the second glass of wine being to remove lust or imbalance sexuality?
Just by thinking it. By thinking, and the same kavanot like I showed you before. Achdatam and all this and that. Everything is the same, exact, whatever we did before, remember? Whatever we did before with the cup and this and that, you're actually doing it the same, okay? Okay. Now, yeah, it's the same kavanot for the cup. The same gadlut, katnut, achdatam, the same exactly. Yeah, exactly the same. Now we come into rachza. We come into washing the hand like netilat yadayim, very simple. Then we have two stages that normally people put into, as I said, so rachza is stage number 6, Leah, okay? Rachatza, washing the hand. Then we have motzi, stage 7, and matzah, stage 8. A lot of people think that motzi and matzah is one stage. No, it's separate. One is a motzi, and one is matzah. Now, when you do a motzi, what do you do a motzi on? What do you do the blessing of the matzah on? You do on the dalet and on the yud from the upper matzah. Remember, there is 3 matzot. The upper matzah is dalet yud, second matzah dalet vav, third matzah vav vav vav. You don't touch the vav vav vav. You don't touch the bottom and the bottom. Leave it. You take a piece from the one you broke, the dalet. You take a piece from the one above. You mix them together. You do a motzi on that. Do you remember that?
That's stage 8.
Huh?
That's stage 8? 8, yeah. Matzah.
What 8?
Stage 8.
Yes. Motzi matzah, yes. Motzi, and then matzah, yes. Do not touch the vav. Do not touch the vav. Vav is not being eaten. The other part staying there alone in a napkin. Leave it alone. Don't touch it. It's for later. In the end, we're going to deal with it. Now, we need to do the dalet and the yud. Yes. Yes. The yud is the upper matzah because it's built from dalet yud. It's the hay that built dalet yud. So you take a piece from above, piece from the middle of the dalet. It doesn't have to be big. You do a motzi. Later on, if you need to eat more, you can eat more. But those matzot are designated for a real serious business going on there. You want to have extra matzot, take an extra box of matzah and eat if you're hungry. But we have a reason to do a surgery there. It's a very serious business. And if you have many people you have to give the matzah to, just understand that you will not have enough for later. So don't be cheap, but be cheap because you want to keep it for later. Okay, that's good. Now the next thing we do is basically, now remember, when you eat the matzah, you have to remember a few things. You have to remember that you're eating energy from Abba. You have to remember that it's light of wisdom, or the chokhmah. You gotta remember those things we studied in the beginning. Then we come to the favorite part, it's called maror, bitter herb. You're grinding the maror before, if you can do it 2 hours before, 3 hours before, good. If you do it, keep it in a vacuum or in a Ziploc so the maror stays strong. Now you have to eat at least half an egg of bitter herb. That's very tough on your tongue. You're not going to feel your tongue. That's how you know you did it well. Your tongue will be numb for about 3 days if you do it right. Half an egg of maror, the size is half an egg. You don't have to eat it in one shot. Many people think you have to put the whole thing in one shot. It's very difficult. So what you do, you take the chasa, you take the lettuce, buy before big lettuce, because if you have those small lettuce, there will be no room where to put it. And make it like a sandwich. You know, if you eat vegan, you know how to make it. Maror, you roll it. Some people dip it a lot in charoset. Kabbalists say just to touch the charoset. So you will not have sweetness in your mouth. Just a touch in the charoset, and then you start biting it. When you chew the maror, the bitter herb, it's super spicy. It's not just spicy, it's released more spice as you're chewing it. If you swallow it, everything is okay. The problem is, if you swallow it, you have to do it all over again. לא יוצא. מסכת פסחים, you know, the Talmud and the Ari telling us, לא יוצא if you swallow. You gotta chew the spice until it turning to be sweet. Until it become sweet. So you're chewing it, take 10 minutes, about 10 minutes. It takes 10 minutes. I usually hold the towels in this hand because sometimes you're coughing, you can't breathe. It's so spicy. Steam going to your brain, your nose. Try not to smell it and hold it and close your eyes and meditate on all your tikkunim. Laziness, jealousy, problem with yourself, lust, issue, everything. And you chew, and you chew, and you chew, and you chew. The Kabbalists explain, Rabbi Chaim Vital explained, that when you're chewing it, you reach it to your full potential, because your potential is sweet, but the cover something is bitter. Now, if your ear was tough, most probably you're going to end up with some tough maror. If the ear to come is super sweet, you might find out that it will be difficult. Okay? Might find out that it will be super difficult. I usually have with me 3 types of maror. I have the maror that I make before, because I like to test to make sure that I'm dealing with a nightmare one. And then I have the one that I'm doing on the table, and make sure I'm doing it, because it's got to be perfectly right. Basically, you got to suffer a little bit. Okay? You're going to sweat, you're going to cough, things will not look pretty. But that, at the end you swallow it, when it becomes sweet like honey, trust me, until you get honey, you want to say, I'm not sure I'm into it. A lot of doubts start to go to your head. Am I doing the right thing? My first Pesach with maror, big maror, was with the Rav next to Yosef HaTzadik. So I'm sitting, the Rav invited me to his table. I'm sure, look, I'm new. Sit at my table. I said, okay, that's cool. Everybody look at me and sit there. So the Rav said, before I start, whatever I do, you do. No problem. I've been in the army, I can do anything. So all of a sudden, he put the lettuce, he put maror. So he doesn't talk in Pesach. Most of the time, he doesn't speak, because Pesach, the mouth that talks. So he tried to avoid talking. So then he put more. So I'm looking at it, I said, so I take a little bit off for me, because I don't think I need that much. So he, without words. So me, I'm looking. So I'm putting more, and then I cover it with the lettuce, nobody see. So he showed me what he has, what I have, and all of a sudden I see him prepare towels. So, oh, this is going to be nasty. And I'm Sephardic, so I think I can eat spicy, but I didn't know what's coming. And I'm start chewing it. Telling you, it never ends. 11 minutes, never end. And I'm chewing it. I say, my God, help me. It doesn't happen. And I'm chewing, and I'm chewing, and I'm chewing, and I cry so much. I'm telling you, it was about 20 minutes long. It just didn't want to go away. The bitterness didn't go away. But what you feel after that, I don't know, with those of you who did it, you feel free. You feel like I overcome something very heavy in my life. And you got to do that maror. So maror is the morality value of mavet. Maror ve mavet, death, is the same thing, okay? Maror, okay, is death. And you want to remove any aspect of death from your life. It's bituk adinim b'malchut. It's sweetening the judgment of malchut. Yes, question. Oh, that's going to be a long night. No, that's second time. Second time, that's later. Just be patient, I'm going to the next stage. So this is maror. This is what we're doing maror. And to understand about all the bad things that happen in your life. You have to remember all the bad things happening in the moment in your life. Whatever not working, relationship, money, issue. You have to remember that. Don't be ashamed. Bring it in. It's almost like you go to war with all your problem. Say, I'm here. Bring it. Bring it. And you're going to fight. Ah! And you chew the jealousy, the laziness, the anger. And you chew, 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 till it becomes sweet. Now you overcome it. Now the next things will be better. Now come korech. Korech is similar. The only part here which is easy, you add a piece of matzah. Okay? Piece of matzah. Which matzah? You didn't ask. Hello. Remember the third matzah in the bottom that nobody care about? That's the matzah for korech. You take the bottom one, you take a piece, you put in the lettuce, you put the matzah, you put the bitter herbs, and you put what? That's the exciting part, charoset. Now, those of you who want to know the recipe for charoset, I can give it to you. It's made from 3 roots, 7 fruit. I don't have it right now here, but I have it written. And it's great charoset. Part of what you put in the charoset is actually poison. It's dangerous. Don't put too much of it. It's a roots of, I don't know the name of, yakinton, which is, it's dangerous. Yakintus in English. So it's basically a roots, okay, which is poison, which means you can kill people with that. But you put part of it in the charoset. Those of you who want, it's available. But you don't have to eat charoset if there is yakintus. But I'll let you know that we are using it in a certain amount that will not kill you. But it's a necessity because it's a roots. Part of the cinnamon, it's a roots. Zingabil, איך אומרים את זה? Ginger, or the ginger. We're using all kind of interesting roots, and you put all of it together with fruit, like pear, like quince, like dates, like grapes. So you mix it all together. 7 fruit. Shh, guys. 7 fruit, 3 roots. 3 roots for Keter Chochma Binah. 7 fruit for Chesed Gvura Tiferet Netzach Hod Yesod Malchut. So now you know. So in the charoset you have everything. That's why it's called charoset. Chas for Chaim, root for the death. Root's the mother of King David who killed a lot of people. So combine all of it together with the maror together. You have judgment and mercy in one sandwich. Very important and very fun to eat. You don't have to wait for it to become this. You enjoy the ride. You enjoy that. Meaning that you can eat, is it chametz? It's chametz? You cannot eat chametz here. Okay. So the idea of please, thank you. So the idea is that sandwich is a very important sandwich because it has mercy and judgment together. It's a very, very important. Now, that's correct. So this is stage 10. Don't forget, Leah. Stage 10. Yes.
So we pour the wine for each other, but do we also prepare the food or?
No. You don't have to do that. If you want to, why not? If you want to, lama lo? Now remember, in the korech and in the maror, okay, first in the maror, is the sweetness of the judgment of Leah. So don't forget this, okay? And in the korech is katnut aleph from Abba. It's the katnut aleph from father. That's why we use matzah of vav, which is the bottom matzah. Guess what happened after korech? With stage number 11, exciting, we eat. After all this, stage 11, dinner. Now, you need to enjoy the food. Shulchan Aruch, it says that you must enjoy the food of Passover. So you better cook or make sure there is a food that you like. Because the important thing about Shulchan Aruch to enjoy the food. Stage number 12, it's good to do this stage around midnight, if you can. That's why it's good to keep the people as late as possible. And stage 12, it's called tzafun. It's the time that you eat the afikoman. Why you eat the afikoman then? Because you're not hungry. It's like the Messiah. What is the Messiah energy? I want it all when I don't want it. So everybody must eat a piece of afikoman. Everybody. Even a small one. There is a magic that the Kabbalists used to do with the afikoman. It's a magic that they used to carry a piece of it for the rest of the year when they go traveling. You put it in your pocket, so wherever you go travel, you have success. It's good magic I'm teaching you. You take a piece of your afikoman, you put it in your pocket, on your wallet for the rest of your life, rest of the year, and magic starts happening to you. I'll tell you some magic, okay? Okay, after tzafon, we're gonna finish this, come on. After tzafon, we're coming to barech. Barech is basically Birkat HaMazon. The simple Birkat HaMazon, but remember there is a lot of light that's coming from Gadlut. Aleph, Katnut Bet, okay? We start getting everything that we want from the light in this stage. After we do that, what stage I was? I was in 13. Stage 14, we say the Alel. In the Alel, we have Gadlut Bet, the Ima again. And we also, I forgot to tell you, the third cup, for Birkat HaMazon. The third cup, remember, for Birkat HaMazon, you have to do the third cup. need to tell you the kavanah for the third cup.
Yeah.
It's in Barech. Because every cup is a spirit that we want to remove. So I want to make sure I give you the right kavanah for this. Let me see it. At this point, I can see it. All right. We're almost done. We're almost done. I just want to make sure that I'm giving you the kavanah for the third cup, that it's in the end. Okay. La'asir ruach ra, to remove the evil spirit. That's the third spirit we want to remove. It is to remove this bad spirit. Right after this, we pour the wine for Eliyahu Navi. That's in the end of Birkat Hamazon. That's before stage 14, okay? Before Alel. And the reason we invite Elisha the prophet, because every time you receive energy for free, the dark side wants a piece of you, and the only one who can protect you is Elisha. That's why in the Brit, you get energy for free, Elisha can protect you. Then we have Alel. Alel is basically to praise, to be happy about what you receive. You say the Alel, you get excited, you dance, everybody's happy. Some people say it's better to sit. Some people say it's stand. By the way, at this point you can eat. You can eat between the third cup or the fourth cup, nothing. So whatever you want to eat is before the end of Birkat Hamazon. You don't want to eat after that. Please don't forget.
Are you going to tell us that?
I just told you. So, and then you're coming to the fourth cup. The fourth cup, what's that? The fourth cup is to remove the spirit of impurity. You can drink wine, but that's it.
So wait, I'm sorry. What the cup is what?
That was the third one.
The fourth cup, you drink the fourth cup to remove the spirit of impurity. And then you say, what's that?
Sorry, what about Halal? It's still Halal, the fourth cup? Is that after Halal?
Yeah, this is the end of the Hallel, the end of Nishmat Kol Chai, the end of everything. Just before you say Nirtzah, you drink the fourth cup, which is to remove the impurity, bad spirit. And right after that, you do Nirtzah. Nirtzah is meaning the 15th stage. That's what you say. Next year we will do it in Jerusalem. And here you sing two songs. Most people skip on that song, Chad Gadya, but it's very important to sing that song. Kabbalists believe that it's a very important song. And Echad Ani Yoda. There is more song, more Zohar you got to read, and you can do the fun of it. You can be happy by now because you become free. So those are the two stages. Guys, Tam v'nirtzah v'nishlam. We finished the Haggadah. We finished the whole explanation of Passover. I'm very happy we have a recording of it. It will be available in vitaltransformation.org tomorrow, as I heard, right? So everybody can watch it and take notes from your Haggadah tomorrow. May God bless you. May God bless you for coming. May God bless you for watching me live. May God bless you for watching me after. And I see you in a few days in the Seder. Thank you very much. God bless.